A girl and her mother were surrounded by millions of bees while trapped in their car. What made the situation terrifying was that both of them were allergic to bee stings. The incident happened when a large truck carrying beehives had an accident. The boxes fell off and countless bees flew out from the containers. When the woman turned around to look, she was horrified. Their car was completely surrounded by bees. Fortunately, their car windows were closed. The truck driver, who hadn't closed his windows in time, was attacked by countless bees. Strangely, the swarm had targeted their car specifically. Innumerable bees had already landed on their vehicle, trying to get inside to attack the two of them. The woman quickly called for emergency assistance, providing their location and explaining that both she and her daughter were allergic to bees. Police and rescue teams arrived at the scene shortly. Firefighters put on protective gear and went to rescue them. By then, the bees had completely covered the car. Safely rescuing the people inside wouldn't be easy, especially since the girl was allergic to bees. They needed to disperse the bees before they could save them. The rescuers tried using carbon dioxide spray to drive away the bees, but it had little effect and barely cleared any bees. Worse yet, the bees blocked the fire truck's water outlet, preventing the pump from drawing water. The captain requested additional fire trucks for support from command center. Meanwhile, the woman made a frightening discovery inside the car. A bee had managed to get in. The emergency operator instructed her to check the ventilation system. More bees were entering the car through the vents. The woman quickly closed all ventilation openings, but several bees had already surrounded her daughter. If even one bee stung her, it would trigger the others to attack as well, potentially threatening her life. Their only option was to remain absolutely still and calm, which would reduce the chances of being stung. Unfortunately, a bee crawled onto the girl's face. In fear, she swatted and killed it, but was likely stung in the process. The area where she hit the bee began to swell and redden. Soon the girl struggled to breathe. The mother frantically administered an epinephrine injection into her daughter's thigh, which restored her normal breathing. Then, unexpectedly, another bee stung the woman's neck. Though she managed to kill the bee, the life-saving medication had already been used on her daughter. Outside, the rescue efforts were making little progress. Headquarters ordered the immediate evacuation of the woman and girl from the car as they were showing allergic reactions. With other fire trucks still 8 minutes away, the people inside might not last that long. The firefighters then discovered that smoke could calm the bees. They immediately used ventilation fans to blow smoke toward the car. By this time, the woman had lost consciousness. The frightened girl discovered her mother was no longer breathing. Following the operator's instructions, the girl extracted the remaining medication and injected it into her mother's thigh. At first, there was no response, but just as the daughter began to panic, her mother started breathing again. Meanwhile, outside, smoke was being directed at the car. The bees, affected by the smoke, began to leave the vehicle. With enough smoke deployed, all the bees flew away. The firefighters opened the car door and successfully rescued both mother and daughter.